just came back from the church. I got my meal. I'm not finna eat lunch at the shelter because that's a perk, I guess, from being homeless. So far, my experience has been like a lot of people cater, or maybe they give away a lot of free stuff to us, free food. I'm finna show y'all because I'm overly loaded today. But yeah, I'm not going to lunch. I'm finna show y'all what I got. Some people just came around and passed us also some free sandwiches, so that's good. Well, yeah, I just like to walk away and be in my own area, maybe by like somewhere quiet away from the shelter and people and the chaos and craziness. So yeah, right here it will be good. These is what the free sandwiches that they just passed us. I got 2 of these. Hold up. Yes, sir. Got 2 of these, and then this is what the church gave us today. Let me see what they got. I hope I ain't got no nasty chips. Oh, okay. It's pretzels. Sandwich pretzels. And some cookies. And I got an orange and some water. So, yeah, this finna be my lunch and dinner and snack for today. Yeah, I'm not finna do nothing. I don't have anything planned for today. Just going with the flow. Yeah, it's getting nicer out, so I'm gonna be out here for a little bit and just chill. I like to be in my own area, get my own peace. I have my own peace of mind to think. So yeah, I'm finna eat and get back with y'all. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever, like almost a year since I last posted, but yeah, my life has changed definitely physically since I last posted. I'm trying not to get like my location, like to avoid the background, but whatever. So I just want to talk about my whole experience since being at the shelter for 2 months and what I experienced, what I go through, what I dealt with so far in a shelter, living in a shelter. Yeah, it's been 2 months, over 2 months. It'll be 3 months, I think. I don't know, but anyway, I've been here since the mid-January, and let me tell you, I did not expect, for one, me to ever be living in a shelter at all. I just know the type of person that I am. I am a very hardworking person, a goal-oriented person. To ever thought that I would be here is kind of insane. But yeah, I just want to talk about what I go through and everything. So yeah, this is my first time being in a shelter. I expected worse than what I experienced. Like, I just expected horrible, horrific shit, honestly. I know the situation that I came out of, that I survived from, is way toxic and way horrible than me being in a shelter. So me being in a shelter is like me getting having a fresh start again. I know I have to like rebuild myself up, rebuild my life. I'm in a transition phase of doing that. Yeah, so I can say it's been more good moments than bad. The people, there are a select few of people here that has been nice to me, that has been welcoming and making my experience here very easy. So some of the like hardships or strains that I've been going through since being at the shelter is me trying to process how the fuck did I get here. You know, me just being a person with ambition, with goals, me being a hard worker, me being goal oriented. I just never expected my life to be here or get to this point. At first I did look at people being in the shelter as like them being poor, them struggling and stuff like that. I didn't look at the other side of people people come here because they survived whatever the situation that they was going through, or stuff like that. Like, but yeah, since being here for the 2 months, I was able to get a new perspective on my life as being in a shelter. I've been able to process a little bit more of what I went through, what I survived from. But yeah, I know that I am a survivor of definitely all the abuse for real. And yeah, just me being in a shelter so far for two months, there has been days where I did crash out, or I did cry, or I just wanted to isolate and be left alone, or I was so angry. Just because, you know, nobody wants to. I don't think nobody's goal is to be homeless, to live in a shelter. At least that's not mine. You know, but I still wake up every day, you know, to push myself forward, to change my living situation, to change my environment. What else? So I've got the opportunity since being in a shelter I got all the time that I need to think, to heal, to plan, to create. This fucking sucks. Sorry, I be getting easily distracted, my bad. But I have all the time in the world. Also, like, mentally, I've been trying to process, like, how the fuck to get out of here. I'm not gonna lie, like, the first week I wanted to leave the shelter. I know this is not a place for me. This is not a place I will be staying long term. This is only, you know, a place for me to, you know, as a rebuilding phase. I am in my rebuilding phase now. You know, I feel like being in a shelter, in my experience, I have not all the responsibilities I was dealing with, I guess, in my old environment. I don't carry those same responsibilities anymore. So now I feel lighter. I feel mentally and emotionally at ease sometimes. I could say, you know, just another thing that kind of is me living with a whole bunch of different women. There's people that you would never expect that looks like, you know, that they're stable and mentally stable, that they look like they got money, would be here. Like, it's been an experience. But yeah, just me living with multiple women and their backgrounds and what they came from and how they were raised or whatever. That's kind of been, you know, another I guess strain. Like, you know, some people hygiene and cleanliness is not up to par. That kind of you know, sometimes that makes me mad or makes me a little upset, or kind of not motivate me. I mean, it could motivate me, but shit. Yeah, I've been trying to leave here since I first got here. I'm not gonna lie. This is not a place for me. This is not somewhere I want to be at forever at all. This is giving me a chance and opportunity to carefully plan my steps, plan my next move, to move strategically. I got all the time, all the space and opportunity to actually reflect, to process what I want out of life now, what I deserve. I'm also learning me again. Me just being now in a new environment that's not as toxic and abusive as it was. I don't know what I just said, but anyway, yeah, but that. Anyway, what else? it's been good, more good days than a bad. I could say another thing that's been hard on me is, you know, I was just before I got here, you know, I've been a giving person, I've been a good person, a kind person, and you know, I just felt like what I've put out into the world, into the universe, that I would get that back. And maybe obviously for my situation, you know, it led me to the shelter. I'm changing my perspective on looking at the shelter as a bad thing or a negative space. But yeah, so far, you know, my journey has been decent for me. You know, now I gotta, what else? I ain't got none of this planned. This is just coming off my head. Yeah, so I don't have nothing planned. What else? Yeah, my experience at the shelter so far, you know, I'm not trying to rush myself to get out of here either. I'm trying to just make sure that when I do permanently step foot out of the shelter, that I never come back here. That, you know, the plans that I took worked for me, and, you know, it made me in a different environment. It made me stable, all of that stuff. Hold on, I had somebody come in. Anyway, you trying to be in my video?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's tea.
Oh no. But I was talking about, you know, since I've been at the shelter, my experience so far. You want to talk about it?
Shit, it's a nice cover up. I like how important it is. It's definitely a figure of imagination, yeah, but more so a figure of the speech too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, have your experience been, since living at the shelter, have it been good more than the bad?
Independence, individualism, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so my goal is, when I do step foot out of the shelter, to never come back here, you know, that my plans and goals worked, where I don't have to experience this again. But I've gotten the time to heal, to think, to process, to rest when I need to. Huh? Oh yeah. Thank you. Oh, sure.
Yeah, it was open field. You know what I'm saying? It was a good play. It was scrimmage, and you know,
Alright.
It was playing. It was game. And I had him one-on-one open field, and he didn't tackle me. Hit up. He just dropped to the ground, but you know, look in his eyes. He's trying to take me out. He was trying to.
Oh no, yeah. But anyway, what else to say? Talk about. It's a lovely day outside. Finally, we've been getting snow and cold and just all the bad weather for the past couple weeks. What else? I do love that, you know, I'm not letting the shelter stop me from, you know, not taking action on my goals, or not having goals, not having determination to go after my goals. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. You know, I do pray every morning, mostly every morning. Never be trippy. Yeah, do you want to say anything to the people, to the camera? You got anything? You got anything to say?
You haven't really really for her booty. That's all I have to tell you.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'm signing off, man. Tune in to the next episode to find out what's next. Bye. One thing about it, me trying to get out the way and be in my own space and peace, bitch, it's always somebody trying to, even though he cool. Oh, well, I don't know. But anyways, I can rarely get peace, bruh. Oh my God.